So here's an article here talking about the 17-year-old who was accused, who actually shot two people during a protest in Wisconsin after the unarmed shooting of Blake Jacob Blake in Wisconsin. And this young kid, I thought I read an article somewhere that he was actually killed that day, but it turns
That's
out
what I
that
thought.
no, he wasn't killed. He was locked up, and he was released a couple days ago after supporters raised his $2 million bail.
But he shot people.
I know he has supporters. It's the unfortunate thing about the way justice is meted out in this country. It only applies to a certain group of people, where someone can go on a rampage and shoot two people and he's out on bail.
That makes no sense.
He's out on bail. He has supporters that posted his bail, and
Even if
he's
you have
released.
supporters that want you to get you out of jail and who are paying money for your bail, it shouldn't even be allowed. Like, why is there even a bail?
Well, this article is talking about a coffee shop or a coffee house called. The name of the coffee house is Black Rifle Coffee.
What?
I don't know what kind of name it is. It's a Utah-based coffee company, and they're pulling their sponsorship of Blaze Media podcast after the host shared a photo of the 17-year-old kid wearing a t-shirt with the company's logo.
Wait, what happened? So the guy who was shooting everybody, who was just released, wore a shirt with the coffee house's logo?
On the night of the shooting, he had a t-shirt on with that stated Black Rifle. Or maybe it wasn't on the night of the shooting, but when he was released, he had a t-shirt on that with the logo Black Rifle Coffee Company. And the shirt says Kyle, his name, drinks the best coffee in America.
And so they decided that's not okay and we're going to shut down. Wait, what are they shutting down?
They're removing sponsorship of the podcast that shared his picture wearing their t-shirt.
Oh,
And
okay.
their claim is that that it was slightly offensive and that they do not support legal advocacy efforts. We do
So
not
it's
sponsor
slightly
nor do we.
offensive.
We do not sponsor nor do we have a relationship with the 17-year-old facing charges in Kenosha, Wisconsin. What offends me is that this guy is a celebrity. He's now a celebrity. And that just encourages copycats and crime.
It offends me that he didn't get in trouble.
He's walking around free.
He's facing charges, I guess, but he's walking around free and he shot people. He shot people who were protesting Black Lives Matter.
Right. I don't know how you defend actions like that, but I'm sure that the people, his supporters, the people
yeah,
who raised...
take off the sponsorship,
the
but
people-
that's not even slightly offensive.
No, but the sponsorship does not apply to him. I'm talking about him directly now.
Yeah,
One, why is he walking on bail?
right?
Two, why are we reading about him on the newspaper? It just seems like this guy is being...
He's
a
someone that we follow now?
He's a celebrity now. When you incentivize people to commit crimes, they will. This whole thing is incentivizing
Yeah.
copycat crimes. People who will go and
this again.
do the same kind of, or commit the same crimes that he did. What is the downside?
I thought we were against mass shooters.
No, this country actually likes mass shooting because
Clearly,
the media especially likes mass shooting because they have things to talk about. It's clickbait. It gets attention.
So this country is okay with murderers and shooters, and if you do that, you might become a celebrity.
You'll
probably get away with
You
it.
get a lot of TV attention. You get a lot of media attention. That's the only negative news we're going to talk about today. I'm done with negative news.
That's pretty bad.
But this is what I'm talking about. If you're looking for negative news, there's tons of it. And it's this kind of stuff I would imagine would keep you depressed all day long if you keep reading
if
things
you
like
read
that.
things like that. That's...
Makes you wonder where this country is going when a deranged kid can pick up a gun and
Shoot
gun
people.
down people on the streets, and he's a celebrity now. He's walking the streets.
People support him.
And he has supporters that can raise $2
People
million.
actually raised money to get him out of jail. So people are happy that he shot people. They support that.
Mike Tyson and Roy Jones fight coming up. This fight is between this is Mike Tyson's fight since retirement. I think his last fight was back in 2005, I believe. And Roy Jones has been retired for a while too. These are two
Geezers.
two old schoolers. I'm down for this. I think that people,
it'll be good.
yeah, I think that these guys, when they retire, it seems like we have this culture of writing off athletes that have been retired. I think they should be able to go back to what they want to do. If they want to fight again, if a retired basketball player wants to play again, hence the big three. Have you heard of the big three?
If they can handle it, yeah.
If they can handle it, then why not? I think that was the idea behind the big three formed by Ice Cube and some other guys, where they invite retired A-list basketball players to play a game. It's a smaller version. I think they only play half court.
Okay, so it's like, yeah, that makes sense, because I mean, you've been out of work for a really long time. You're gonna be rusty. You can't play at the same level as you used to, and if you push yourself too hard, you might injure yourself.
Who do you think's gonna win between Mike Tyson and Roy Jones?
I want Mike Tyson, because I feel like that's like, you know, the boxer of my childhood. So
Yeah,
I prefer Mike Jones.
a lot of people are rooting for Mike Tyson because we know him. He's been through a lot. We've also seen him make massive changes in his life. He's on a different trajectory. He's so nice now, so easy to talk to. I've listened to his podcast. He hosts a podcast called Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson, where he interviews people and he tells a lot about his lived. If you've ever imagined what it's like to live at the highest level where money is not a thing and you're living a crazy life, that guy did it.
Oh, okay.
When you listen to some of the stories, it's mind-blowing that he's still alive. And he's making a comeback. He's living a different life now. He's a family man. He cares for his wife. He talks a lot about his wife, his kids. He talks about just therapy, how I think he's a very good example of what therapy can do for you if you're going through a lot of mental health challenges. Just going through therapy and counseling and reading, he reads a lot, can change you, can make you a different person. And I've seen him train for this fight. He puts in, when that guy goes in, he goes in real hard. He's like a bulldog. He's huge, he's got a huge neck, huge thighs. He's like this. And when he comes like, when he's fighting, he comes with everything he's got. He goes in. I've never seen anybody fight like that.
Yeah.
Most people, even the strongest opponent, when you're facing, imagine a pit bull charging at you. That's what Mike Tyson is like.
A pit bull charging at you.
I remember when I was a kid, there was an ESPN cover-up done on Mike Tyson where they had a machine gauge the force of his punch. So he goes and he punches that machine and he measures the weight.
Right.
I think the impact. I think it measured his, if I can remember clearly, it measured his punch at 100 kilos.
Compared to, well, what's that? What can we reference that to?
And
'Cause I don't know how hard that is.
100 kilograms. Let's calculate that in pounds. That's
Yeah.
220 pounds, right? Am I off? 100 kilos.
What is that like? That's like,
And what's equivalent to 100 kilos?
yeah, like getting hit by something that I can imagine would be terrible.
I don't even want to imagine. I don't want
What can
100
we
kilos.